YouTube continues to demonetize many videos. If you like this channel, please click on my Patreon page, link in the description. Hey comic fans, this is John, host of Video Games in the World. Today's Comic Monday review is The Death of Superman. I do this not only because this is one of my most favorite DC storylines, but I just saw the animated movie. Although some things are inaccurate, but still, it was pretty good. The next week, I might do the second part of this three-part storyline titled World Without a Superman, and the week after, The Return of Superman. If you haven't read this comic yet, I highly recommend you do so, ladies and gentlemen, because it is a great story. Let us begin. Somewhere on Earth, unrelentingly, unstoppably, and unbelievably, Doomsday is here. We see the creature punch through the steel and then coming from under the ground, crack-a-doom! As the hulking monster roams the land, he leaves nothing but death and destruction. Anyone or anything that crosses him will end up in the afterlife in one swift strike. The Justice League is called into action, but not even the superpowered team can stop this titanic terror. During the fight, Guy Gardner is incapacitated and Ted Kord, the second Blue Beetle, is near death. Superman then arrives and helps the League fight the creature, but it's still relentless. The more Doomsday fights, the more he revels in it. The Justice League is defeated, but fortunately, before being defeated, they save a single mother and her two children. The fight then ends up heading to Metropolis. The only hope that is left now is Superman. Wow. Just wow. I never get tired of reading this over and over and over again. The drawings are phenomenal, the dialogue is perfectly written, and the story was intense. This story is 26 years old and it's still very much loved by Superman fans. Dan Jurgens, Louise Simonson, and others did an amazing job with the writing. The pencilers and inkers drew the comic so well, and I liked how dark and realistic it looked in so many ways. When I was a kid, I never thought there would be a story that Superman would die. Of course, this story has shocked so many comic fans in the same manner that Batman was defeated. But we all know that no superhero is undefeatable. Superman may be a metahuman, but he can die. Spoiler alert, folks, to what I'm about to say. There are stories where he died aside from this one, like in Earth 2, for example. Batman also died in Earth 2 and Wonder Woman as well. I still remember the script that Kevin Smith wrote titled Superman Lives, but unfortunately, it never came into production. The movie was going to be directed by Tim Burton and Nicolas Cage was to play the Man of Steel. You can learn more about it in Death of Superman Lives, What Happened. There was an animated movie adaptation titled Superman Doomsday back in 2007, but I didn't like it that much. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice was based on The Dark Knight Returns and The Death of Superman, but I felt they rushed it after Man of Steel. Now with this new animated movie, even with the inaccuracies and New 52 outfits, I still liked it more than Superman Doomsday. And finally, in conclusion, like I said at the beginning of the story, read it. I promise you that you're going to love reading every page, every moment, and every second of it, folks. This is something I enjoyed reading, and I read it for the first time when I was 16 years old. I loved it so damn much. It was epic, awesome, and a total kick-ass storyline. I wouldn't trust the CW making this story in the Supergirl TV show. My final score for this comic is an A+. That is all, comic fans. Comment, share, rate, and subscribe. This is John, host of Video Games in the World. Have a good one. Bye-bye.